City Axamla. Welcome back to Tom Plays European Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. Back to the Ottomans. And just dealing with the aftermath of a last war against the Mamluks. Not as big an aftermath as they're dealing with, to be fair. A little bit of a peasant uprising. Actually, to be fair, that's probably the main concern at this stage. Let's head over to Transylvania. So we've now taken the lands of Transylvania, which was brilliant. We got very lucky there. They declared independence, so we were able to attack them. Kiev also declared independence. We have no claims on Kiev, so trying to vassalize them instead. So I should really crunch for numbers here. Improve relations plus 100. Have a core. Yeah, that's worrying. We own some Kievan core provinces. It's a bit unfortunate. Right, fair enough. In that case, we should probably dissolve the alliance and get ready to attack them. Bit of a shame. I could have sworn they seemed vassalizable before. Right, fair enough. Got a warning for overextension, but that's just... Right, I'm going to dissolve the alliance, revoke the guarantee, because we're not going to get anything out of this. So I think having revoked the alliance, we're going to have a truce with them. 1692, yeah. So we're not going to be attacking them anytime immensely soon. But never mind. Right, so let's bring this army up towards Kazan. Who is likely to be our next target. Currently building a spy network. They are allied with Russia, which is a pain. However, hopefully this will be the last time we attack them. Okay. So, in other news, we now have no navy, so we really need to start rebuilding one, if we can. Could also really do with paying off some debts, and we also... Actually, why... Oh, we've still got some trading ships, of course we have. And we've also got quite an institution's tech penalty. So we should be moving towards embracing manufacturing as well, ideally. Especially since most other places are moving towards it as well. Okay, right. So our main thing at the moment is making money again. Wonderful. Suddenly realising that I might end up regretting picking offensive ideas. Would I have been better off? No, it should be fine. It'll be fine. Not to worry. Way ahead in diplomatic technology, okay. Recruitment time, okay. Gonna have to be a little bit careful here. terms of... Actually, we should build a spy network in Russia as well. If we're going to have to fight Russia, we may as well make some claims. While we're at it. Ooh! Sorry, I'd completely forgotten that we were spying on Greece as well. Another potential new easy target. So, Greece. How would you like me to invade and annex you? Because it might turn out that they've picked up some amazing allies in the meantime. Ooh. Can we actually core everything now? Oh, brilliant. Bulgarian provinces. That's good. I didn't think we could core these. Maybe it's to do with the increase in technology. Right, now Greece has actually got a navy, which is more than I can say. So we may need to worry about that. A bit of a potential issue. Military. Okay, we have an option for discipline, so that's good. Discipline is always good. Okay, so we still have an awful lot of recovery to do from the war, but with Greece not being particularly powerful. Wasn't that interesting? They're allied with Kiev. Well. Okay. So one thing I should probably do, seeing as Greece has a navy of their own, is start building a new navy. Okay. So let's just... This is what we want. These are the new galleys. If we just empty out our sailor stock. Actually, I don't think we can. Okay, not to worry, we'll leave it there. See how long it takes for them to build those sailors, to build those ships. Hopefully that'll put us into a better position. I keep forgetting about this, I don't necessarily... Yeah, it's sort of a new thing that happened last time. We've reached the part of the game where we get casus bellis for free, basically. Imperialism, nationalism, that sort of thing. So we don't necessarily need to worry about... Transylvanian separatists, fine, give me a general and I will go and sort them out. So we may find that we can actually attack nations without needing to fabricate claims. So I'm happily fabricating a bunch of claims on them. Turn out that I didn't need to. Right, let us unmothball this fort. Let's take these guys down first, because happily left me fort mothballed. It's now been taken. Which is not what we wanted. So, I am going to attack them, but I'm waiting until now to do it. And in the meantime, let's get our brand new navy made up entirely of galleys. So it's measuring the world. No option really. I don't think we're close enough. Grander army. We can buy armies for less money for a while. That would be great. Well, infantry. It would be great if our manpower wasn't 0. As it is, less useful than you might think. So, fine. Right, I'm going to start fabricating some claims. So, Kazan. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much. We've got 4 claims to make. What probably does matter is I would like to fabricate on Chelyabinsk, because that will put Transoxania, I think, within reach. Yeah, now one problem with this stage of the game is... let's take that as well. Is that we're going to start getting an endless horde of casus bellis for imperialism. And possibly for nationalism as well. So they'll just keep flashing up. Mildly annoying. Okay, so if I fabricate a couple of claims, should only be able to fabricate 2. That should be fine. Not sure I honestly need them. Right, a petty amount of ducats and a small amount of diplomatic power to save a merchant. That's fine. Well worth it, I think. So we'll get this claim. Might as well. Let's hope Greece haven't got another ally in the meantime. Oh, for goodness sake. Thuringia, allied with Norway, France, Frankfurt, Salzburg, and Switzerland. Yeah, no. Very sorry, Bohemia. I have to draw the line somewhere, and that was just ridiculous. It's not even a defence, you're attacking them. And you're dragging a huge pile of allies in. I mean, I grant you, France is not the nation they once were, thanks to Spain, but nonetheless, Norway looks quite big. And I kind of have things of my own to do, you know. I'm not just sitting around waiting for you to drag me into a war. I feel quite bad because they've been a pretty good ally to us. Okay, why isn't this taking yet? Oh, it's just taking forever. Ban offensive storage from the realm. We've had that before. Come on. As I did say, it may actually turn out this isn't even necessary. But just in case it is. I've started, so I will finish. Right, okay. So, Greece. I know you're extremely keen for me to annex you. Truce with Kiev's ended. So, yeah. Why can't I try? Oh, right, we've got an attack going on. Fair enough, I suppose. I'm assuming Kiev has joined in. Very sporting of you. Right, there we go. That should do it. In fact, Kiev's probably more of a concern at the moment. Why on earth would Bohemia start a war against so many people at once? Is it because they think I can take them on? Because if that's so, then that was dead cheeky. And why is Hungary in here? Well, they're already fighting Hungary. Interesting, so it would be a question of... shame. Be a question of who takes the land first, I suppose. We will carve them up between us and Hungary. Maybe I'll only get the 2 provinces. Well, never mind. It's progress. And it's land that the Hungarians don't have, so... Oh, being blackmailed by the Janissaries again. Okay, have a huge amount of money for no reason. Okay, here's our heir. We've got a new heir who's much better. At least. What we got? Okay, it doesn't look like the Hungarians are going to try to muscle in on this siege. So I guess what we should probably do... Well, we've won the siege of Chios. I do want to conquer... Well, at least take these 2 provinces from Kiev as well. So yeah, you just give me those 2. And there you go. I suppose in an ideal world I could have tried to force a vassal war. Might have turned the tables on Hungary. Okay, adopt the title of Caliphate and denouncement of sect practices, that's fine. Greece, full annexation, please. There we go. Just like that. Right. So realistically, our main concern is going to be Russia. So let's head up towards Russia. Prepare for the war. So, fabricate a claim on Perm. Which technically doesn't rightfully belong to you anyway. And who should be our next attack? No, never mind. Thinking I might go for this bit that's sticking out at the bottom rather than trying to make massive inroads into Russia. I'd rather consolidate our existing land. Okay. I wish we could have moved further into the Mamluks really, but never mind. Keep that for next time. Certainly made some of the movement into Egypt. It's a point actually. Look at the trade thing again. Should have rather more trade power now. Where are we? we? Our trade power is this one, 11%. Mamluks still overwhelmingly have most of it. A fair bit of it's actually being retained. Mamluks, that was basically the Mamluks retaining trade power there. Oh, what's this? Greek separatism. Oh, I see, yes. Well, that's fine, but Greece have just gained a bunch of cores, and they no longer exist as far as I'm aware. Let's go back to political map. So did that event fire just too late? I'm fairly sure that Greece doesn't exist anymore. So it doesn't really matter how many claims they've got. I think we've finally managed to take all the lands, all the islands in this area. I see Bohemia's getting effectively stomped. Shouldn't pick a fight you can't win, guys. Especially shouldn't expect your ally to bail you out after you pick a fight you can't win. It's pretty appalling behaviour, really. Okay, so how close are we to attacking Kazan? I see we've still got 0 manpower. That's not encouraging in any way, shape or form. Wealth track system Yemen, that's fine. Okay, so fabricate claim, I think that's the last one we can fabricate. So I think we can probably get away with taking the whole of Kazan this time. We need 30 to make another claim on Russia. This is the problem, of course, that we're going to have to fight Russia. Bohemia as an ally either. Although to be fair, after this war that they foolishly started, I wonder if they'll even be in a position to help anyone. Still, we could drag Poland into war with Russia maybe. Just whether we'd rather save that for when we're fighting Hungary. Great Britain, Brandenburg, Lucca and Russia. They're certainly getting less dangerous as time goes on. That would drag Hungary and potentially Brandenburg into it. And then we have Kazan up here. He will get Russia. Okay, well... Gonna try these things, I suppose. I'm not gonna bring Poland into it. Let's start with that castle. And I'm going to attack those 2 castles as well. So I'm gonna have 2 armies, probably big enough to take on the Russians. The problem is, if the Russians come down here, as they are wont to do, I might find this army gets overwhelmed. See how it goes. If we start getting too many problems, we can always call Poland in. So in an ideal world, we want to get Russia to make peace with very few conditions. I think we've got claims on maybe 3 provinces, so it'd be nice to get those, but we don't really need anything else. Oh, Siberian separatists. That's new. So with this in mind, how about we... thinking about maybe taking the unprotected land. Aha! They've attacked someone. That's good. Might keep them occupied. If we're extremely lucky. Not going to get too hopeful. I'm sure where that would mean they're... oh, they'd be over here. So their army might be like miles away. Interesting. If you might consider peace sooner, just in order to not have the inconvenience of having to come and deal with us. Probably not, unfortunately. I don't think the computer thinks like that. Sort of thing probably only a human player would think of. 111. Well, at least that looks doable for a change. Kazan. Keep an eye out for the Russian army coming from the east. Oh, here are the Georgians. Brilliant. Georgia invades Russia. Probably give us our best chance. Oh, that's good. We've got these two. Use them as he would have. We get a cheap advisor and a load of prestige, which we actually could do with. I do rather like the yearly inflation reduction, I have to say. How we're doing with that? Not bad. Still. Maybe I'll use the advisor if that advisor happens to die or something. A bit morbid, but you know. Okay, right, I'll join these armies together now. Repay loan. I think that's all our loans dealt with, so that's good. I think as soon as these castles fall, I might see if Russia might be up for peace while they're still at war with the other nation. Should be some way towards it now, surely. Okay, more imperialism. That's surprising that that one fell first, but let's head to Novgorod. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Let's not head to Novgorod. Because that is not nice. 102,000 troops. Okay. much longer is this siege going to last? I'm suddenly running extremely low on time. Right, I'm going to... there we go. Form us into one mega army. Should actually be able to take on the entire Russian army. Assuming that is the entire Russian army. So let's see. Yeah, no problem. No issue with Savoy. Hopefully be able to take Kazan soon, and hopefully while I'm dealing with the army, the vassals will keep taking Russian land. Make them a little more inclined to actually help. Not help, sorry. Who's this? Yemeni peasants. Why have we got Yemeni peasants all the way over here? Oh, they need to get around. Right, fair enough. As long as you're not here to attack, that's the main thing. Okay, so... no, Russia has no interest in suing for peace. Right, fine. In that case, I'm just going to have to come and look for your army. They must be here somewhere. Any defectors? Wow! I'm getting a core on Ryazan. Interesting. Let's take the other general. Heading to Turgay. I do not know where the Russian army has gone, which is really quite disturbing. Declaring war on people. Okay, well there is part of a Russian army. Last ditch attempt at peace. No. Not keen. Right, fine. In that case, let us pull out. Head over there, hopefully sort them out. There they are. There they are. There's the main Russian army. Right, fine. Still rather not fight them. Sergeypol to Kazakh. Why would I want you to give stuff to Kazakh? Not being funny or anything, but you know, my allies, I don't really know much about them. there. You head there. You can carry on chasing these people, I guess. Maybe even do a siege. So Russia, you sure you're not willing to give me a few more provinces? They'll give us Kharkov. I'd like to think that the value of the provinces is at least increasing. Because otherwise I'm not entirely sure what they think they're doing. Well, keep going. Ah, brilliant. So this is where we had the cheaper advisor. Stability cost modifier. Why not? We have lost the siege of Ryazan. That's annoying. Sure, it took us longer to get it than it took them to take it back. Well, I reckon their next move is going to be to try and take Moscow back. Let's see if we can at least stop that from happening. We have an Imperium Casus Belli against a Zapotec. I'm fairly sure in the Americas. So I don't think that's one we're going to be using. More like it. Okay, you go and help with the siege. Conflicts erupted following diplomatic insults. Certainly not. Let's try to ease the tension. Everyone likes us better. There's allowed to build a separate country now. Interesting. I wonder if they're whatchamacallit, vassalable. Oh yeah, there they are. Nope, we own their core provinces. Ditto for Mazandaran. Never mind, so they like us better, but it's not actually going to do us any good whatsoever. Hey. Okay, so I would quite like to get Ryazan now that we've got a core on them. Well, Chelyabinsk has to be the main prize, I think. Oh right, no guy's occupied. There's a look. That's annoying because we have a claim on that. Well, I suppose it's all the more important that we take Ryazan then, isn't it? And Kharkov. Right, we've got Kharkov. Let's turn this army over to Chelyabinsk. You can... Oh, what can you do? Tell you what, you can take Novgorod, and then I will get this army once safe. Oh, good grief. No. Change of plan, you can both come down and sort out the Russian armies. Seriously? Oh, you guys get the money for all these troops. Well, it's a start. It's not a finish, but it's a start. Let's go get another castle. '59. Can't help feeling like this war's dragged on a bit too long. Right, I think their armies are somewhere in the middle now. Worried they might be heading over to attack my army over there. Just see if we can't head them off. See for peace, we can get Kharkov and Chelyabinsk. Yeah, okay. So we should have like a kind of permanent one now because of the core on Kazan. Let's get these guys out of Russia. Okay, you can be entirely annexed now. So who's this? Kazan separatists. Right, great. Absolutely great. How close are we to needing to embrace manufactories? So they have spread quite well in the end. Still took a while. Are there benefits to it? We get better goods produced. We don't really need to do it until we're getting close. Certainly a bit closer. Okay, so our next attack in theory will be on Hungary. We're really going to need to recover before then. So, yeah, not bad. No more Kazan. Good, Russia's dealing with their own separatists. Which is always good. What have we got? Permissibility of Sufism. Well, I'm always going to go for legalism. Because we really need to build the army up more. We need to build the army up, we need to build our technology up. Got a lot of things that need dealing with before we launch another attack. So the Timurids are still struggling with separatists. Mushashan separatists. Mind you, they're not actually allies, are they? Per se. Because they would also want Mushasha to be an independent Shardom, I assume. Yep, no problem with military access. I think Russia's been colonising. I think we do get a colonist actually as a national idea, even if they don't go into expansion or exploration. Clash. Okay, so we support mercantilism. So it's not a matter for the crown, and now normally I would be keen on that, but we've got so much prestige and legitimacy already that we don't really need it, so let's support mercantilism. That should improve our trade quite a bit. while I'm at it, let's just check the free mark points section, because I think we may be... Oh! Did I miss one? I think I missed one, right? Right, grant monopoly charters, demand diplomatic support, seek support of the clergy, demand administrative support, call diet, demand military support. Okay, that'll do. Okay, I should probably make that the last idea for a while though, because great though these offensive ideas are, I'm concerned about us running behind in technology. So let's just try and recover some manpower. In fact, we'll do that a lot faster, given it doesn't look like we're about to have a rebellion, if we mothball our forts. Yeah, much better. Much better. Going to need to start splitting the armies again, I think. Not quite as urgently as usual. Shows how depleted we are. Splitting armies doesn't seem to be that big a deal. Okay, yeah, there's nowhere that we can easily convert. This is one of the things about going humanist rather than going religious ideas. The other big option when it comes to unity is these religious ideas instead, and these basically give you more missionaries, more missionary power. So the idea is you prevent rebellions by converting your entire country to your own religion. I do tend to think humanism works better. For one thing, it doesn't require you to actually convert your entire country. But, you know, it is an alternative, and if you do want to convert your entire country, then it's probably the way to go. Whereas without taking religious ideas, there's whole swathes of a country now that we just don't dare, that we just can't convert. But it doesn't matter, because we've got humanist ideas. Oh, excellent. Gaining some more prestige. Right, let's just have a look. Let's improve relations with the Timurids. Let's improve relations with Poland. Try improving relations with Bohemia. They're a decent... Oh, not as big as they look actually. Salzburg's a similar colour. But it might be worth allying them again, you never know. I'd just like to get to the point where we've got some manpower back. Oh, what have we got? Either it was a good point, in which case we gain some... No, I'm not losing the prestige. You do not criticise the Padishah. Very sorry. Okay, what do we have? We have fort defence, reinforced speed or morale of armies. I will go for the morale. Thank you. I'm getting close to needing to embrace manufacturers, I think. Ooh, what we got? The Enlightenment. And we didn't start it, but never mind. Last century machine. Right, brilliant. Okay. Right, well, let's embrace manufacturers at least. And we'll get these technologies for their new cheaper price. Okay, so the last one has dropped. The Enlightenment, the final institution. So we didn't manage to start off any of them, which isn't a problem. I think a lot of that comes down to development. So the Enlightenment, the only place where we actually had a university was Constantinople, and it's not like we've gone out of our way to develop it enormously or anything. So the problem we have now is that it's going to take us ages to get Enlightenment unless we seriously build some universities, which is what I think we need to do. So I don't think it matters that much, honestly, where we build them. So I'm just going to try to make them reasonably central. Yeah, this is Sharia law again, so we will go with the following Sharia law. And where? We'll go there. That's all the universities we can build. I think once again Greece has been unfairly left out. But at least once they're built, we'll have a chance of making a bit of progress on getting the final institution. Until then, we're going to be full scale ahead with technology. Oh, good grief. Some of this is probably the cause, the states, but at the same time I obviously missed coring a lot of the land we just took. So I need to get a move on with that as well. Also got a rebellion coming by the look of it. Should check where that's going to arise. Okay, so we've got two. We've got Orthodox Zealots in Sakis and Transylvanian Separatists. Okay. So I'm guessing the Zealots are going to appear where our missionary is. I think we only actually have one missionary now who's active. And honestly, it's taking them forever, so it would be a shame if it got kicked out. So what are they called? Sakis? Oh! Oh, maybe we don't have a missionary there. Okay, so first things first, let's unmothball that fort. And then I'm going to send... Too late. Well, never mind. Yeah, there's definitely a missionary there. Not going to get them there in time either. It's upsetting. Right, let's unmothball these forts as well. So we've now got no active missionaries, I don't think. Oh, apparently we do have a missionary. Fair enough. Yeah, we're not going to make any progress with that. We're just going to be paying for no reason. You do have to watch that with the missionaries. Watch how long it's going to take. See, Sakis wasn't that bad. It was 111 months. So at least vaguely doable. Oh, there we are. Okay. Let's at least start the battle. You can move back there. Move back there. We may now be able to finish coring everywhere, which is good. I would say invest the money. I do like money, but admin points are more valuable. However, we might now be able to build another university in Greece, maybe? there. Okay. I wonder if we should have a university up here. Build one there. Maybe even build one there. Risk of spreading this to Russia. We'll probably be fighting Russia next time anyway. So not too big a deal. So we're almost reaching the point where we might start getting some manpower back. We've also reached the 18th century. I probably mentioned this at the beginning, but the game basically plays until 1821, which is amazingly a bit more in reach now. Okay, I'll try Saki's again. Let's try to be a bit more on the ball this time when there's a threat of zealots. Should be able to mothball all the forts again as well. There, we've started to gain some manpower now. So, that's looking a bit better. So our next move, assuming we're going to move on Russia, should be to build a spy network in Russia. Try to improve relations with Poland. Bohemia seems to have survived, so let's offer them an alliance again. See if we can drag them into our war. Hungary, I'm assuming we still have ridiculous numbers of claims on. So, not ridiculous, but enough. We really don't need a spy network there. They still have stupid numbers of allies. I'm entirely sure why everyone loves Hungary so much. Gotland. I will support the hardliners, thank you. Improve relations with Bohemia this time. So where's Gotland? There's Brandenburg, Pomerania, Teutonic Order, Lithuania, Livonian Order, Finland. I have no idea, but apparently they're a Russian ally, whoever they are. I was going to have to hope they're not too big. Getting a much better view on the world now. Still can't see Australia there. So we're still not... haven't got all the information. New technology, like cavalry, this is good. Change our units while we're still in peace. So this is how this is looking. It looks like Great Britain has managed central bits, Colombia. In a break from history, Spain has conquered Brazil. Well, colonised Brazil technically, but also conquered it. Same thing really, I suppose. And Portugal seems to have taken the south and the west. Looks like Spain's taken a lot of North America as well. So again, rather different from history. None of this really affects us much. Apart from the fact that I'm still not keen to fight Spain. We're in Africa. Spain has South Africa. They've also got a lot of Madagascar, by the look of it. France has got some of West Africa. Propaganda text. Embrace the reputation or execute someone. I think on the whole I'm going to embrace the reputation because our stability is not that high. I might might even boost stability. Let's make things a little easier. Right, so we want to go for Hungary, but Russia is next. Fair enough, but I think that's enough for this time. Gone quite a bit over again. So basically taken down Kazan is the big news for this episode. So hopefully we're on the way to rebuilding our armies. We've got spy networks in Russia. Made an alliance with Bohemia and Poland again. So the plan is, if possible, we'll probably attack Russia, hopefully drag Hungary into it. And we can maybe finish off our mission tree in Hungary. A European mission tree, what is it we need? We need to conquer Transylvania. So there are obviously some bits of Transylvania, but Transylvania didn't manage to get, so I'm guessing we're trying to get those from Hungary. I've also got control the Danube. Now here's where my European geography is failing me. I don't know which of these rivers is the Danube. I'm going to assume it's probably controlled by Hungary again, so we might be able to do both of those. And if we do, I think that's the end of the European mission tree. So we won't have any more European missions, so we'll be able to choose for ourselves whom we attack. And it's literally a question of going south then. We've got this one outlier, expand overseas, which I don't think, I'm not convinced we're ever going to manage it, but if we do, it'll probably be by accident. But most of the rest is heading down through Egypt, so we need to conquer Egypt via the Mamluks, and then we'll be heading south, I think. So yeah, that'll be interesting. See how far we can get. A lot of the time what you'll find is you won't fulfill all the missions before we run out of time. We've got a bit over 100 years left. But on the plus side, I will at least feel like we've left the Ottomans much larger, much more powerful and much more glorious than we found them, which is in some ways the primary mission. But yeah, we'll leave hopefully the end of European missions until next time. I will see you then.